profiling, like, I somewhat believe in it, like, to an extent, but in a way you're actually giving cops, like, the right to violate, like, some of your rights. Actually, one of my friends was in a U-Haul truck, and they pulled him over because he was Mexican, and they actually had him at gunpoint, the cops did. And if you give these cops, like able to, like, racial profile, they're gonna take the law into their own hands. Like, in LA, like, from what I know, a lot of cops already take the law into their own hands, and if you already give them that right, they're gonna really take it to you.
Okay, last thing I have to say in this whole meeting, before I sit down and I shut up. Racial profiling, or just profiling in general, judging someone without the necessary information to do so, it's ugly on both ends. Just to let you guys know, do any of you guys know what COP stands for? Yeah, it was coined by gangs because it means city-owned property. So, racism works ugly on both ends, just letting you guys know. Kelly?
What?
You have a point?
Oh no, here, cop was actually coined by the term. They used to wear the big jackets with the hard hats, and they had copper buttons, and so they started calling them coppers, or cops for short. So, random fact.
I'm gonna check. Don't worry, I'm gonna check. All right, next speaker, guys.
All right, I would like to speak. I'm honestly really on the fence about this, but like other people, I'm going to just stand on the cop and the law side of this. For your information, whoever spoke over here, the cops can take the law into their own hands because that's what they're being paid to do. It's not vigilante work. That's what their duty to Americans. Also, my family, ever since we got here, have been racially profiled against. When my mother and her family came here in the 70s, it was in the middle of the Cold War, and we were hardcore Russian. Literally, the cops would come once or twice a month and just scope out the place.
And he's white, so.
Yeah, and I'm white, so I'm not being racist against anything but Ruskies here. My grandmother at the point, and no one in there spoke English, so they'd open the door and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, how are you?" She'd be like, "Привет, kusi, prasikajasi." And they'd be like, "What the hell are they talking about?" Everyone there seemed like a spy. They would check our backyards for radios. My family owned a ham radio, and they confiscated it because they thought we were sending messages back to the motherland about what we were doing. So that is wrong, but we never did anything bad. So we got over it and we adapted. And if you're going to give them any kind of justifiable cause, then deal with it. We proved them wrong, and we can hold that to our honor. That's all I got to say.
Clarification. COP means Constable on Patrol, originated in England.
Will you shut the fuck up? Hold on, look. COP does stand for Constable on Patrol. I yield. You are correct, Kelly. However, do you think that cops coined their own phrase as city-owned property? No, it came from somebody else. So it still has a spiteful meaning, even though that's not the original meaning.
I don't want to hear arguments anymore.
Worst moderator. What?
Alright. But it is Constable on Patrol.
That's what I just said.
Just so no follow-ups, just so everybody knows.
Will you shut the fuck up? Oh my goodness.
No follow-ups.
Guys, anyone, speaker?
Okay, was your friend shot when the cops held him at gunpoint?
No, but if you would have made the wrong move, you would have.
He wasn't. Okay. Last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was walking home, and I live a pretty far way away from the school, like all the way down behind Corona High. I sat down for a little while to take a rest. A cop drove by, pulled up to the side, because I was a teenager, sitting there with the backpack on the floor doing nothing. Did I get in trouble? No, because I wasn't doing anything. And if you're black and you're driving a car down and you get pulled over, a cop pulls up, talks to you, and you really weren't doing anything, then you're just going to get off and have maybe a few minutes out of your day. And like he said, the law is in the cops' hands, so the police hands. So you can't really make that argument there. It's, yeah, it's basically it.
I think an important issue that's been pushed aside with the instances of the racial profiling is Mexicans, because they're one of the biggest racially profiled. Because they're like, oh, immigrant, they must be an immigrant, let's pull them over and check their green card or whatever. And I'm not lying, my neighbor, he's Mexican, and he was heading to his job down the 91, and he got pulled over when he got off the freeway to go to his job and got asked for his papers. I'm not even kidding. And he lives in a suburban area. He's my neighbor. He has a nice family, makes a large amount of money, and he's still got racial profiled. So honestly, I think it's a waste of time. Because the time they spent pulling him over, they could have spent finding someone who's actually harming someone. So I think they need to think about that.
Okay, my name is Brandon Gonzalez. I'm a 12th grader, and my position on this topic is I'm somewhat on the fence towards this. I think that racial profiling can, work in some cases, if they are truly involved in a bad situation. But when it comes to me's personal experience, I have family that have deeper roots in the Mexican heritage. You would say they're more cholo type. So I would say that it doesn't always work because my family, we're normally the type of family that stays clean. We don't like to get involved with that, even though we have had family members in gangs before. But the thing is, you need to take it into account that racial profiling is only, it's only going to lead into things to violence because racial profiling is racism, and racism is violence. So if we are continually violent, it's not going to better the situation, it's only going to worsen it. So.
I want to say that cops work on probable cause and based on statistics, and they do even if you think it's wrong. And so far I think that cops are keeping us safe, and if it's working, why stop it? And if there's a 25-year-old who's brown and in a car, and there's a white male who's like 40 in a car, he'll probably pull over the 25-year-old brown guy. Because statistics probably show that he's more of like a criminal type. And I just want to say that because the cops work with probable cause, I think we should use racism. Yes.
Alright, I want to say that racial profiling is definitely wrong because whether or not you're white, black, Mexican, whatever, you could still be doing the same crime. You could still have killed someone. Whether you are driving a good car, whether you're white or black, you could either one could have stolen it. If you choose the black guy, what if it was actually the white guy who stole his car, and the black guy is innocent, just is going through good times. Who knows? So. Yeah, why racial profile if you might be wrong, and it's just wrong, yeah.